Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum. We have the pleasure to welcome Dr. Hatem Al-Hajj with us today. Brother Hatem comes from the US and is in Mauritius for the conference of SIM 2012. Hatem Al-Hajj, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Could you please briefly introduce yourself to our viewers?
Well, my name is Hatem Al-Hajj. I grew up in Egypt until I was about 22, and then I left for the US. I lived in the US for about 22 years. I studied both medicine and fiqh, and I have been on this dual track since I was very young, combining between my religious and secular studies, and finished my boards in pediatrics in the US, and finished my PhD in fiqh from Tripoli, Lebanon, about 4 or 5 years ago. I teach now at a university, an Islamic university, and I work on a very part-time basis in medicine as well. I live between Egypt and the US now, and I have 4 kids, a boy and 3 girls, and that's about it.
Many young Muslims do not seem to have a true vision of what it is to be a Muslim. How would you explain to the youth today why they should commit themselves to the cause of Islam?
Uh, it should be very basic and very easy. We are, some people are like not very observant. We are on a ride, and some people are not trying even to watch outside of the window to see where they are. They don't ask themselves where they came from, where they're going to. So they are sort of in this spinning machine of this life. They work, home, back to work, and then back to home, and every once in a while they take a vacation and they enjoy themselves, but they never think of their ultimate future and the most inevitable certainty in our lives, which is the one event that we will all have to go through, which is departure from this world. And if you really think about this, if you really think outside of the box, if you really look out the window, like you're on a bus driving down a road, look out the window, ask yourself, where did I come from? Where am I going? What should I do for my ultimate destiny after departure from this world? We see all around us people departing from this world and dying at age 20 and 15 and 25 at any age. So it comes at any time, and even if it comes late, if it comes when you're 90 years old, it is coming, it is certain, and it is coming. So work for it, prepare for it. That is the ultimate certainty, which does not mean that you don't work for this life as well, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the justice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that if you want the hereafter and this life, He will give you both. But if you want this life only, He may or may not give you this life, but you will not have the hereafter. Yet, if you want the hereafter, Allah will give you the hereafter and will give you a good life here as well. من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة. Those who do righteousness, whether they are males or females, while having faith, we shall give them حياة طيبة, a good life, a wholesome life, which is a life here, and then certainly their abode in the hereafter will be an honorable one.
To what extent the use of the new media, for example, online media, blogs, Facebook, Twitter, could be used to engage in dawah?
They should be used to a great extent, and cyber dawah is part and parcel of dawah. If you think about what da'wah is, it's to reach out to people. This outreach, the Prophet ﷺ used to go to people where they gather. When the tribes of Arabia came to Mecca, the Prophet ﷺ did not wait at home and wait for them to come and see him, but he went out to their tents, he went out to their gatherings, he went out to their markets, and reached out to them. So if people, particularly youngsters nowadays, hang out more online, then you go out to them where they hang out, where they are present. But that should not detract from the importance of the personal touch and personal contact is extremely important. Dawah by role modeling, dawah by acts of kindness, dawah by charity. That is extremely important. That removes the emotional barriers that cannot be removed online. The mental barriers between people in Islam or people in commitment, more commitment to the religion if they are already Muslims, can't be removed online by like rational arguments and parables, examples, exhortation. Yet the emotional ones are the ones that can only be removed by the personal contact.
You have been in Mauritius since a few days and have interacted with the youth here. So what advice would you give to our youngsters?
I would say to them that Allah had blessed you with so much, and so much is expected of you. Like they go hand in hand. What is expected of you depends on how much you have been given, and you have been given a lot. So Allah Subhanahu wa Taala will expect of you a lot. Like I said to the youth yesterday, I see that lifestyle here in Mauritius is better than it is in Europe. Economy here is better than it is in Africa. You have, mashallah, great linguistic skills here. So you should not only be a center for dawah locally, but regionally and internationally. Your effort is very needed in a lot of places in Africa, East Africa, South Africa, rest of Africa, the rest of the world. And you should organize yourselves better, and you should commit more to the cause because a lot is expected of people who are given a lot.
جزاك الله. السلام عليكم.